Ooh,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brewed podcast. This is German coming to you on this Saturday. We wanted to do a post trade deadline pod. We couldn't do it yesterday. Harry was in San Francisco, risking his life for the Dodgers in San
yeah,
Francisco. So you almost died, right?
yeah, a couple of times. And people are so rude over there, dude.
The Giants gave Dodger fans a taste of their own medicine, right?
Yeah, kind of. But it was so they're like walking by and they go, Dodgers suck. Like like all quietly.
So,
Or they
what do
like,
you expect? Hey, friend, Dodgers suck.
yeah. My
uh,
butt my buddy almost got beat up in the parking lot.
why? What do you do?
I
Like,
have
what do
no
you
idea.
do?
I wasn't there. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
And then the way back to the hotel, I was just a bunch of heckling. I liked it. I was cool with it.
yeah,
You know me, I don't nothing phases me.
right.
And then let it be known the Astros are in town. So you get. Oh, I have a funny story. And that I remember. I was gonna say it too.
There you go.
So we're leaving the restaurant. I don't remember the name. It's by the hotel. Walking out, cross paths with an Astro fan.
Okay.
He goes, "Hey, buddy, you want to see what a real championship looks like?" And he shows me his ring. He goes, "2018 champions," and I just lost
2018 champions. That doesn't make any sense. Did you tell him
it.
anything?
No, no, no.
What do you mean
I,
you
I
didn't?
I laughed in my head and I just walked away.
What do you mean? Was he
I'm,
wearing
I'm
a Red
in.
Sox shirt?
No, it was what I said. Astro fan.
Okay, so for
That's
those,
part of the joke.
I know I am. What is so? Just
Yeah,
for anyone who doesn't know, the 2018 World Series champion were the Boston Red Sox, not the Houston Astros.
and he had a
Wow.
big ring. You know those big rings that they have, the replicas. And he's like, "Look, you want to see a real champion?"
Was the replica at least an Astros replica?
Yeah, it was the Astros, and I was like, and he goes, "2018 champions." I'm like,
Read the ring, my guy. Read the ring.
I was
That's what
like,
I would have said.
I was like, "Where'd you get it? And where'd you pick that up?" Yeah. My whole rule behind talking smack and everything is like, get your facts straight.
Well, be a fan. How about that? Just be a fan.
Nah, but get your facts straight. It's like, are you serious?
That's right. Be a fan.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god,
I was
that made my trip.
when,
That
when
made
you
my
said 2018. I was like 2018.
yeah.
This didn't win the title. 2000.
I
I
know
was
they
just like,
didn't.
what? Where are you going with this? I don't understand.
Yeah, but he was like so adamant about it. I was like, oh my god. I was like, and I just
Actually, in many ways, he's right. He's right. A real championship 2018 because you could
shut
argue
up.
2017 was the cheating championship,
Yeah,
and the Dodgers. I don't put an asterisk on what they did last year, but some people can, especially if you're a fan of the Astros or the Giants. I can see it. A real championship was the 2018 Red Sox. So in many ways, he was right. He just
shut up. Now
so
you're
shout
making my
out.
now you're making my story irrelevant.
So shout out to that guy.
That was so hilarious. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, did you just tell me that? Like he was so adamant about it. Like he knew his stuff. Like he was all decked out in his Astro gear, his Astro hat, his ring with a chain with a swag chain. I was like, bro. And then his kids go, oh, we'll see you in the World Series. I was like, okay. I just kept walking.
I wish there was a way for us to outlaw one of my pet peeves
Mm-hmm.
is casual fans who want to act like they're super
Diehards.
fans.
Yeah.
If you're a casual fan, then cool. Be casual. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Be casual. But as soon as you want to enter the conversation with a real fan, a super fan,
Yeah.
I just can't stand it. I'm sure the guy, I'm sure probably he is from Houston, maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, he was. He was staying at a hotel.
So maybe he didn't care about baseball like most Houston people. Let's just be honest.
Hmm.
The Astros got good. He bought a shirt. He was like, "Wow, I'm from Houston. I guess I like Houston." There's you and I have talked countless about the Dodger fans that do that. We know
Yeah.
Laker fans that do that too, or Laker fans. Now you're seeing this like new population of Rams fans here in LA that are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just be just get into it. Just I just can't, those kind of stories are funny, but they just get me upset
And
because yeah.
another one that was good was, so we were with them. So you know how in the back of the park they walk, they go into their bus. So
Hmm.
we're like all standing right there, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you guys looking for a place team? You guys waiting for this team for the losers?" It's like,
Oh, I think Harry cut off. um yeah, he's gone. Okay. So yeah, so as I was saying, I just think some of this fan stuff is, we have to be passionate. Sports, I think take out of us just a lot of passion, and I think whenever you get people like that Astros guy, Harry's back. Um,
yeah, technical
yeah,
difficulties.
technical difficulties. And so the guy you were saying, I was gonna go on a little point since you were gone, but the guy. So you're waiting in the back, and they tell you, oh, you're waiting for your team. Your team sucks.
Yeah, and all this stuff. And I was thinking in my head is like, don't you guys do the same thing when you guys come to Dodger Stadium?
Hmm.
Like, don't you like I said, like if you're gonna talk smack, like get your facts right and get your shit straight, you know?
Or be logical.
Yeah, it's like, so my boy got an autograph. He got an autograph out of it.
From.
He Victor Gonzalez,
Oh, nice.
Paisa. He was cool.
Yeah.
Cool guy. Cool guy. Yeah, we thought we were gonna get anything out of it. And yeah. It was fun. Fun experience. But yeah, people just need to get their facts straight, and oh my god. This goes on my rant for casual fans.
Yeah,
This
yeah. Look,
is
I'm with you. I'm with you from the fans perspective. Obviously, I push back when it comes to the leagues because you're running a business, so
yeah.
you gotta include the casuals. But I'm with you, man. One of my least favorite things to do is talk sports with people that don't know about the sport, but they just want to talk about it because, like, we don't have to do this because
Yeah.
you want to just talk about, um, just the surface. Like, one of the things that upset me was, the Russell Westbrook, and not to deviate so much from the trade deadline, but
Yeah.
um, everyone was super excited for Russell Westbrook, and I'm just like, have you guys watched basketball, or have
Brody.
you guys just had TV on the last few years? Russell Westbrook is I don't like the fit. I think he's going to be great in the regular season because obviously LeBron and AD aren't going to play every game. The spacing is going to be terrible. Russell Westbrook cannot shoot.
Yeah, that's true.
So to me, so everyone that was super excited, I was just like, "Have you watched?"
He's just an exciting player to watch. That's all it
Yeah, no,
is.
no. Look, I get it.
They're all
He's,
into the
I get it.
ESPNs.
I get it. For all the Instagram story fans who actually don't watch the games, I'm an Instagram story fans, but I actually watch the game. But for all those dudes that just are gonna buy the Russell Westbrook jersey without knowing Russell Westbrook, the spacing is terrible. There's no spacing with Russell Westbrook.
Mhm.
Do we not remember how the Lakers guarded him when we played them in the bubble when he was with the Rockets?
Yeah.
They were 10 feet away from the guy. Shoot, please shoot. That's how they're going to guard him with the Lakers. And unless he's going to become a spot up shooter, kind of like Rondo became, which I don't see it happening. I don't know.
He's gonna have to change his game.
Yeah, which
Man.
at this point, I don't know. I don't know if he can. I think the one argument you can make is he's going to play with LeBron, who I think would be the first time in Russell Westbrook's career that he plays with a guy that he considers better than himself.
Are we just getting ahead of ourselves? And he's part of a bigger trade
I guess, but
because he doesn't fit in LA at
he
all.
doesn't. I
Nah.
just everyone who's
Well, he
excited.
lives here, but yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he grew up here.
everybody lives here.
No, he grew
Everybody.
up here. He grew up here. He grew up here.
Yeah. So yeah. So casuals, please
Get your facts right.
wear your shirt, wear your gear, but don't say anything. The 2018 Red Sox are the champions. This guy.
I just, the whole trip, I was just like, because I know, like you say, know your audience, know where you're at. Like, I wasn't gonna go pick a fight with anybody. Like,
The most
oh,
impressive part of your whole story, knowing you for as long as I've known you, is the fact that you didn't say any like smart remark. Maybe if you were in LA, you would have said something, huh?
oh yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I know where I'm at.
And maybe was your son with you when he said that?
Yeah, I was with my family. Like,
Oh, okay,
yeah, I'm
okay.
not
So
gonna.
you were family man, Harry.
Yeah, I was in there.
Okay, you were wilding out, Harry.
Yeah, yeah, I wasn't the crazy one, the normal one that I would say something bad.
Oh man.
I tried changing one of the guy's hats though. Like I chased him down. Oh, he was talking smack, so I took off my Dodger hat, tried to take off his hat. I didn't get close to him, just making the attempt.
Yeah.
But that's it. Just all in fun.
There you go. Tales from the ballpark, and you got your passport signed, right, or
Yeah,
stamped
yeah,
by
passport
you, or
sign. Yeah,
there you go.
San Francisco.
Good stuff. So, moving on to the pod, we're gonna start with some pleasantries before we get into the main meal today. Terry Francona, Tito, Red Sox legend forever, the guy who brought us the first World Series to the Red Sox.
Yeah,
The first few actually, because I think we won it with no 07 with him too. Yeah, it was the 07 guy too. Terry Francona steps
casual
down.
fans, get your facts straight.
Oh, come on. How dare you? Terry Francona steps down for the rest of the season. He's had health problems the
Yeah,
last
there's a lot of
few
health
years.
problems.
Um,
The team's not doing anything.
yeah,
Well, they are, but nothing impressive or crazy or going on a run.
no.
Which they might. You never know. That this might like wake them up a little bit more, but they're not catching Chicago.
No. I think Chicago's like 9, 10 games up.
Yeah.
But obviously, we wish Tito the best. Hopefully, hopefully he's able to be healthy. He's just had a lot of health
Yeah.
problems over the years. So I think we're getting close to one of those where it might be done for him. We might see him in an ESPN studio soon or something like that.
Or coaching Team USA,
Yeah,
like Mark Sosha.
yeah, coaching. Is he ever gonna coach again? You think
Mike
he's ever gonna?
Sosha?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think he's gonna manage again?
I think he's like
Is he waiting for
pat
the
I,
Dodgers? I
I
think he's
think
waiting for
he
the Dodger job, huh?
I think he's past like all this major league stuff. Team USA is a lot more fun.
Oh, so you think he's done in the MLB?
Yeah. Why would he come back? He has a World Series ring. He has a title run. He's done good.
Maybe
He's done
he's
good.
wait. You don't think he's waiting for the Dodgers? No, but Mike Scioscia is an old school guy. You can't tell Mike Scioscia who to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Um,
Which I heard is not happening anymore. I heard Dave Roberts is calling more of the game now.
wow.
Interesting fact.
You might be bald like me by the end of the season if that's true.
Oh, it is. It is. It's very reliable sources have told me that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
All right.
they're giving him a lot more freedom now to call a game or two.
To set his lineup?
They're giving him a little bit of advice, but not. Yeah, he has a little bit
He
more.
has the last word.
He has a lot more of a word,
Okay. Okay.
which is surprisingly we saw Kenley Jansen in the eighth inning yesterday instead of the ninth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I fell asleep for the post game report. So
I mean, it's really hard to make an argument. I mean, we'll get to in Dodger Corner, but it's really hard to make an argument for Kenley Jansen unless
and
you're
he
not
almost blew it again
watching.
too.
Yeah. He's
But,
closers are once they lose it, they lose it.
but if you guys didn't know, interesting fact: Francona was one of the coaches of Michael Jordan
He was.
in his baseball
He
career.
was his manager
His
in the
manager,
minor
sorry.
leagues.
Yeah,
He was his manager in the minor leagues. So Tito, we wish you the best.
interesting fact.
And so we wish you could wish you good health. So the Blue Jays back in Canada. They're back in Toronto, and it was an an exciting way to see them back, and it was electric in there. Um, I think they are the team that when I was they were playing the Red Sox this week, and it was one of those things that I knew, but it's one of those things but you forget and you don't
Yeah.
keep into account. These dudes have played, now that they're back in Toronto, they're gonna have played in three home stadiums in a season,
Buffalo, Toronto,
and Tampa when they were in Tampa.
Tampa.
And I don't think, at least I personally haven't made enough about just the adjustment that and the toll it takes on you to not have a real home field in a real home. Like,
Yeah.
the Red Sox right now are just started a 10 game road trip, and they're going to be away for like 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And there's a difference when you're able to be on the road, and then you come home, you sleep in your own house, you drive your own car to the stadium, the
Yeah.
whole thing. Then you're just in a remote place, and these dudes have been in a bubble living off their suitcases for
In the
the whole
hotel.
season. Yeah, no, since last season as well, because they did the bubble season from Tampa, no, or Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Um,
Buffalo.
and so, yeah, I mean, going back to Toronto, I was like, man, these guys, because they're a good team that they added some arms in the trade deadline.
Yeah.
They might make a run. So happy for them. Happy that they're able to be back home, and we'll see what happens.
I like all the trades that happen every time I sent you. Watch out, Boston. Watch out,
I know
Boston.
every trade from anyone in the AL East, I just as soon as I would see it on Twitter, I'd get the ticker. I'm like, oh, here comes. I'm gonna get Harry's text in a little bit. Watch out, Boston. And
Coming for
so
you.
we'll see. Let's get to the trade deadline. Um, what was your favorite move
Hmm.
of the trade deadline? There's
Of-
many.
yeah.
Let me name you a few, just so that just to get everybody up to speed, um, as to where we're at. I want to actually, before I do that, I want to. So out of the out of the 2021 All Star Game players, there was 10 of them moved this year.
Yeah.
It's the most moved. It's the most players to make an All Star to be traded in a season. And so I'll just rattle off these names: Nelson Cruz, Adam Frazier, Eduardo Escobar, Joey Gallo, Kyle Schwarber, Chris Bryant, Kyle Gibson, Trey Turner, Craig Krimble, and Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
What does that tell us about baseball? Does that tell us anything besides the Nationals and the Cubs who are selling everybody?
So the whole thing right now is that there's no waiver period as it was in prior years.
Yeah,
So people that don't understand that there's a trading deadline which people can trade,
yeah,
and then after then there's a waiver period. So players have to go through waivers, and if they happen to get picked up by somebody, they work out a trade, and then they get traded over to that ball club.
yeah.
This year and last year there's nothing like that. Trading deadlines, that's it.
Hmm.
So we saw a lot of more aggressive play,
Yeah.
a lot of more aggressive moves, a lot of more in past years you'll say stupid moves,
Hmm.
like just analyzing the home trade. It was a
Yeah.
stupid. It was a stupid. I mean, prior years is a stupid move.
Right.
The Scherzer and Turner for all the prospects. Like, yeah, in prior years that would have been a dumb move. Like people would have been like, "What are you doing?" Like, none of that. Compared to this year is it's like people are selling their future. It's like we saw with the Cubs and the Nationals. Uh, for the future. So now they kind of said, you know what? And these were two good teams that we in the beginning of the year thought they were going to do something in, and they cut bait. I would have loved to see a lot more teams cut bait, but like the Marlins, I would like to see like they just start all over,
Hmm.
like the Nationals are starting all over again. Like it's literally all over.
Yeah.
Like they sold the best that they could, and everything else is just like contracts they couldn't move and things that couldn't happen. Colorado was a big loser in the trade deadline.
Hmm.
Colorado didn't do anything.
They
Absolutely.
refused to sell to trade.
It's a trade story
Why?
because if so, the whole thing is with him. He's a draft guy, so he cares about draft picks.
Oh, right.
So if story goes, they offer him a qualifying offer at the end of the year, and then if somebody signs him, they get a draft pick, compensation draft pick back, which you can argue, you know, both ways on that. Like
Yeah,
this guy's gonna be. You could have had a player that was ready in 2 years. Now you're gonna have a player that's ready maybe in 4 years, maybe
yeah.
5 years.
And that
So
plays cheaper.
yeah,
Colorado doesn't like to spend money.
they don't like. Well, they got rid of Givens,
Yeah.
and Givens is one of the. But other than that, they didn't. They didn't. Well, after the whole Nolan Arenado thing, they kind of were hesitant about everything because they gave him away for peanuts with Nolan Arenado when they got rid of him to St. Louis.
Yeah, Colorado. Colorado. Even the Oakland A's, although the Oakland A's, have been very competitive. I don't, I don't feel bad for these quote unquote small market teams, especially in baseball.
Yeah,
It's if you are too cheap to invest in your baseball team, sell the team. You're a billionaire. I don't feel bad for you at all, at all.
yeah,
When the Red Sox gave away Mookie Betts because they wanted to save money and they didn't want to pay. You are the Red Sox. You print money. What are you
yeah.
talking about?
It's
What are
like the
you?
whole
Yeah,
when the Dodgers were doing that for a few years.
yeah. I don't feel bad. I honestly, I as much as I make fun of you for the stuff that Dodgers make because of they're playing MLB the show. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. As I hate the Yankees with every fiber of my being, I love that these dudes open their wallets and say how much. I love it because
I told you they were gonna do that. They're gonna
yeah,
flex their. I told
I
you the Dodgers
just
were gonna flex their
I
muscle.
love it. I think that's what you should do. And if you're Colorado, if you're the Oakland A's, if you're Cleveland,
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for you. And if you don't want to invest in your team, sell it to another billionaire that will. So yeah,
The whole the
Colorado
whole
made no sense to me what they
the
did.
whole
What they
crazy
did.
part about this whole thing was that the whole trade deadline was that the top four prospects got traded.
Hmm.
I was like, oh crap. In ball baseball. It's like good.
Yeah, it was also interesting because with the removal of the what was it called? I forget what
It's
it
the
was
waiver
called.
wire.
The waiver wire, right? But it
Yeah.
was it was yeah, 'cause
August waiver
that's where
wire.
what's his name? There was a big pitcher that got moved during that time frame,
Greg
and
Maddox got moved. Jim
yeah,
Tomey got moved.
yeah.
Uh,
And you always waited for those moments for that, like,
yeah.
okay, it's this one, but in August you get the other one. You also got a lot of
I got excited for that. I liked it.
yeah, me too. Reactionary traits too, because
Yeah.
heading into what was it the so today's the 31st Thursday. Heading to Thursday, you started hearing a lot of rumblings. The
Yeah.
Padres are about to acquire Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like what is happening? And it was one of those things that the Dodgers were forced to go all in.
Well, I was at the game and I think you text me and I was like,
Hmm.
what the Padres what? Like I wasn't even watching, I wasn't even looking at my phone or anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I got the text and I looked on Twitter and it's like, what just happened? Like,
yeah,
what did I just miss? And
yeah.
then my buddy was sitting next to me. Well, my buddy met me up. He lives in Fresno, so he took that drive up to San Francisco and
Hmm.
met me up there. And we looked at each other, was like, really, the Padres just did that? How did they pull that off?
Yeah.
So I was like, what? The Dodgers didn't do anything? Like, I was already getting that emotional, like, come here, like, what's like, what are they doing over there?
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was, and still haven't found out the truth about that yet. What happened between there? Because a lot of reporters, a lot of help me out there,
Yeah.
reparable, yeah.
Yeah. Respectable.
Reporters, respectable journalists were reporting it.
Yeah.
Ken Rosenthal,
Yeah. The big
Jeff
guys.
Jeff
The big
Passan,
guys. Yeah.
Jeff Passan, they're all They're all reporting it. It's like, okay, and then what happened? Did Max Scherzer not want to go? Because Max Scherzer had to say where he go.
Or it could have been the Nationals leaking it to pump up the price for the Dodgers.
Or it could have been that it happens though. It happens. Like they hold up real quick. I got another phone call.
Yeah,
And
at the end, the Dodgers package was better than whatever the Padres were gonna get.
yeah, they're gonna give him. That's
So
crazy.
it
Like
just when the Dodgers pulled it off, I was like,
they
man.
they
But it was
fly.
one of those moves that without the waiver trade deadline, you
Yeah.
don't get because
Mm.
the Dodgers are now forced to react to what's happening. The Giants, who I don't think we're gonna do anything, we're forced to go and move in on Bryant because well, the Dodgers got better, significantly better. I think I've been saying this the entire pod. The Dodgers healthy are the best team in baseball.
Baseball. Yeah.
And the Giants are a good story. I am still not sold on them because I think they're not that good when it comes to playing the top teams.
Yeah.
And I think it's easy to beat the Dodgers right now, but beat them 4 times in 7 days, and we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the same
It's
thing with the Padres. It's that's cool. You took 3 of 4 in Dodger Stadium in May.
well now thinking about it,
Once
it
you
would
take
be
4 in October.
it'll be Max Scherzer against you Darvish in a 1 game playoff.
Man, yeah. So I mean,
Or
you got a lot of those moves. I mean, the
or
Dodgers.
Quate no, it's not Cueto, it's what's his name?
Yeah, yeah,
Gossman versus Max Scherzer.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I call it the flexing your dick thing play. The flexing this is here.
Yeah,
The little boys are the men are here to play now. Like it's one of those type of moves. Like, hey, here you go. You try to
yeah,
do all this. Look, I just have to move my top two prospects, and it just happened.
yeah. It's
I predicted it too. I was like, Kibir Reese is gonna move. Like there was, it made no sense to keep him around.
no.
It made zero sense to keep him around. It made like you'd be holding back the kid's career by just holding on to him.
Hmm.
Like he's tearing it up in AAA. Like you have no spot for him in the MLB roster. He doesn't play any other spot, so it's like
Yeah,
you know. And like, the crazy part about it, they have no AAA they have no AAA catcher now. Like nobody's ready to move up, so they had to go pick somebody up from the from the from the waiver wire in
yeah,
July.
yeah.
But let's talk about the other trades. Let's see. The Nationals sold everybody
Yeah, the
the
Nationals and the Cubs said, "Hey, come take our stuff. We're having
whatever you want.
we're
Everybody
having our
except Juan
yard sale."
Soto.
We're yeah, everyone except Juan Soto. Juan Soto was tucked away, and he was like Toy Story, where the good toys are up in Andy's
Yeah,
room. Juan
yeah.
Soto was up in Andy's room. You can't touch him. You can't talk to him. You can't look at him.
Nope.
Uh,
That's good. That was
and
a smart move.
which is the move. You know, you cut all the fat. You got your ring. You got your title. Juan Soto has the title, so it's one of those things that Juan Soto is happy because he's gonna get paid soon.
Yeah.
He has his ring already. It's his team, it's his city, so whatever. You build around him. And baseball's not like these other sports where it's ring
Everybody's chasing rings.
yeah, yeah, and we don't judge the players that way, so it's different. Um
And then the Cubs just sold everybody. Chris
the
Bryant.
Cubs was just what? Like it was just we just want to reset button and
Yeah. They do that. They do that a lot though. But then
yeah, it happens a lot. Yeah, everyone's
they
done it. Everyone's done it.
they got a pretty good package back for Chris Bryant.
Hmm.
I don't think it was much bias. They didn't really get much back for him. Uh what else did they trade from the Cubs? Oh, Crimbro went south to the south side.
Yeah, and then they
I was
traded.
sad about that one.
Why you wanted him?
Yeah, he's good. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
I always remember that game in 2000. I think it was 8 when they when they're facing the Braves and he was in the bullpen.
Oh
That's
yeah.
the game I always remember. Like they never brought him in.
Hmm.
He would have closed out that series.
Anthony Rizzo, he got moved to the Yankees.
To the Yankees. That was a surprising move. That was one I least expected.
By the Yankees?
But no, the Cubs.
Oh,
Like
right. Well, I was surprised by the Yankees because what are you gonna do with Luke Voigt?
TH. You could DH Rizzo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was hoping the Yankees would give us Luke Voigt like they did Ottavino.
But the Yankees, I don't know, the Yankees made some crazy. Well, the Yankees and Red Sox made some crazy trades that didn't make sense. What are you gonna do with Shorver?
Well, sure. Well, I mean, he becomes a he
Uh,
you. It's a platoon.
I like that. I like that. That's
No,
what
but
everybody says.
it's a platoon. That's what it is.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's what it is. There's no true. The Red Sox don't have a real left fielder. The Red Sox don't.
Well, he can't even play left field.
It's a rotating cast.
And Schwarber only has a bat. He can't even play defense.
It's a rotating cast over there.
Well, what I'm talking about is totally different from what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about the whole defensive. I'm talking about lineup. Where does he fit? He doesn't fit in. I don't think he fits in. Seeing the lineup, I don't think he fits in. And
Like his bat doesn't fit in, or what do you mean?
just overall doesn't fit in. Like he doesn't. Where are you gonna put him? Are you gonna sit Bobby Delback and put him at first base? Are you gonna Verdugo's gonna sit down?
No,
Like
I think that
exactly.
the best candidate is Bobby Dahlback, just because Bobby Dahlback has been very underwhelming.
Yeah, but he's never played first in his life.
David
that's what I'm.
Ortiz,
That's what
no,
I'm saying.
no. But like, if David Ortiz can do it, he can do it.
Well, anybody can play. Honestly, anybody can play first. But
Yeah. So I think you bring him in. I think for the power that he can possess. But I was honestly super satisfied with what the Red Sox did.
they need pitching. I think a lot. I think the whole pitching market didn't move as much as I
Well,
thought it would have
it
moved.
didn't open up.
No, I
At the
didn't.
end of the day, the pitchers available were the pitchers that we knew, and obviously Max Scherzer was the big fish, but I didn't want us to mortgage everything for Max Scherzer
Yeah.
and Krimmel. I mean,
Everybody's expensive.
yeah,
Everybody's really expensive. The Dodgers, like I said, in past years, you would have said that was the stupidest trade you could have done for a rental, for a 2-year rental. And just
but
breaking down that trade.
if it gets you, and it's one of those things. Dude, the Dodgers don't make that trade if Trevor Bauer isn't having his stuff, right? Dodgers are not even in the mix if Trevor Bauer.
Well, they're probably not even suffering as bad as if Trevor Bauer were here.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think a big part of this.
Maybe I can see it happening though.
No, because maybe you use those top two prospects to go get something else you need. Maybe you use them to go get DJ LeMahieu. I don't know if the Yankees would do it,
But
but
that's why they got Trey Turner to fill in that spot. It was one of those like Manny Ramirez. Oh, no, it wasn't Manny Ramirez. The Carl Crawford trade with Boston.
yeah, yeah.
You get
You
Adrian
help me, I help
Gonzalez.
you.
Yeah, that kind of deal.
We help each other out, type
But
of
there
deal.
was a lot more deals. Sorry to talk about the Dodgers and Boston. We're both Dodger and Boston
No, but
fanatics.
I think the Yankees did interesting things.
I think the A's did a lot of good things too. The
The
A's moved.
A's, the Astros. I was telling you before we started. I like what the Astros did
They
securing.
loaded up their bullpen.
Yeah, I really like what they did. I think they're getting ready to shore that up. In October, nothing matters more than that. The move that didn't make sense to me was the Mets.
Which one? Bias?
Javier, yeah, I don't understand that
Well, he's
move.
gonna play short right now. Like he's what Lindor's hurt.
And then what?
He plays second, third, first.
I know, but I mean, I guess they didn't give up that much. I guess,
Yeah. Well, Bias is gone. Bias probably come back to the Cubs next year in
which
the
is
full
so,
thing.
which is so crazy.
It reminds me of
I,
that. It
I,
reminds me of that basketball trade. What was that basketball trade that happened? That they was it Lamar Odom when he got traded and they ended up coming back? No, it was Lamar Odom. It was
I don't know.
somebody got traded and they ended up coming back to the team that
Yeah,
traded him.
Javier Baez in his interview said, "Yeah, I don't rule out coming back to Chicago."
Um,
That one didn't make sense.
but the biggest losers again were the Rockies, the Marlins. I thought the Marlins made the starting Mart
Padres.
the starting Marte deal was pretty good.
Hmm.
They did get a good good package back, but I think they could have done more. I think they could have moved a lot more pieces. Uh, the Padres, Adam Frazier was good. That's a good pickup. They needed that.
Yeah,
Marsminic. What's his name? The guy from the Cubs. They got that guy from the Cubs.
they did. Yeah,
Mars. That was the last second, like one of those last seconds.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, that helps him out a lot. I think right now with Tatis, we don't know what happened with him yesterday. He got hurt again. So the cool part about it is that Adam Frazier could play short, and then they have Cornworth that can play second base. Like they have pieces that can move, but and that was a we'll see what happens with that. And that's the whole thing with this whole trade deadline and the waiver wire type of thing. The waiver wires was missing. So now that guys that get hurt in August or late like August, they're not able to you can't go find pieces.
Hmm.
You're pretty much screwed. If you don't make a trade in July, you're screwed.
Yeah,
With the waiver wire back then, you get hurt. Oh, don't worry about it. We got the August waiver wire. We'll find something. There's gonna be people moving. It's here no.
yeah.
Hopefully they bring it back. But with our commission we have now, I don't think they'll be coming back. Uh,
I
I'm
think the
thinking.
Mariners were one of my losers. I just think they were competing in that division, and
Oh, that trade they made with Graveman and
it just made no sense. And I'm
trading
like,
within the division.
I guess they tried to fix it by making other trades, but I was just like, what are you doing? Like, how are you not giving yourself the chance? It
Yeah.
was weird.
Well, you lose the players there. You're losing a lot of the players. Like
Yeah,
they're questioning like what are you guys doing?
yeah. That move, I think you lose the locker room with a move like that. Because it's hard to then say, yeah, we're all about winning and competing when you're making moves that are the complete opposite of that. I think the
The
White Sox are low key winners. We gotta wait and see. Obviously,
well, a lot of these are a wait and see. I don't think there was a clear winner. Honestly, like
well, come
speaking of
on, come on.
nah,
What are you talking
I,
about? What are you talking about?
I don't think the Dodgers was a clear winner. Yeah, it was
You
they need
don't think the Dodgers are the clear winners of this trade deadline?
nah, they needed some bullpen help. They didn't get
Bro,
any bullpen help
what
at
are you?
all. Yeah, they filled up a couple of spots, but it was more of a flex your muscle type of trade than anything. And this is why you had me here to speak the truth. You know,
No, no.
I don't.
Look, right now
I'm not
you're
gonna.
this is like humble brag. We don't
No,
want to
nah,
hear that. What are you talking about?
nah, nah. It's a good trade. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it was. I think they could have done better. I think they could have done a lot more moves. I think they could have.
Well, you thought you were
I
gonna get
could.
Otani? What do you mean?
No,
You're
but
gonna get
the
Mike
bullpen,
Trout?
Crimbo. We could have got Crimbo. We could have got all those Graven from Seattle.
Oh man,
You know, we could have.
you're ridiculous, dude. You're ridiculous.
I play the show on this, man. I play the
You're
show every single time.
you're ridiculous.
I want every player in every division to be 90. I mean every player to be 99, no matter what where you're at.
um, the Braves.
That was a head scratcher too.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean,
All those outfielders,
they got. I mean, they're good players, but it's just like, okay. So I don't understand where are
where
you
you gonna put
putting all
them?
these dudes? They're good,
Yeah.
but where are you playing these guys? That one made no sense. The Blue Jays, they got some pitching, so
Jose Barrios.
that was good.
I like that kid.
Yeah, he's
Jose
good.
Barrios.
Yeah, he's
And
good.
you have him under control for 2 years.
Hmm. Yeah,
I like those deals. I don't like the rentals. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of rentals.
yeah.
Not a big fan of rentals at all. Like unless they're like willing to sign, like not a 2 month rental.
Hmm.
Like Scherzer, I'm like right now at 45% that he'll resign. Even before he puts on the uniform, he puts kids on the mound.
45%.
40% that he'll sign with the Dodgers. Yeah.
I mean,
Mm,
but all your, that trade is deemed successful. You win one title.
yeah.
It's
But
like the Trevor Bauer cut.
yeah.
Was it a lot? I don't know. When you win a title, it's not a lot.
That's what I'm thinking is like Trevor Bauer is gonna go away. Like we're like it's been saying. So that money is gonna be transferred over to Max Scherzer.
Hmm.
So you know
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
how I'm at a 45 right now. I'm not really at a 60 yet.
yeah,
Let him put on a uniform and then do some things, and then I'll be, you know what, he's gonna sign. This guy looks happy.
yeah.
But that was kind of a diss move too by Scherzer. Like I don't want to go to the Padres. That's what I think happened. I don't medicals went through, so nobody said anything about medicals. Those are only two type of, and of course the package, but the two type of things that would say it when ESPN is reporting it already happening. It's like you already know it's almost done. Like what could have slipped up? Was Master to say I don't want to go to San Diego?
You think so? I mean, I could see that happening. Max Scherzer is not one of these like dudes that's super down with like flashiness and stuff like that. The Dodgers are a veteran organization with veteran guys in the clubhouse, and usually, typically, veteran guys like to be in veteran locker rooms.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that could be it.
that's what I'm thinking. It wasn't medical. Like nothing's been leaked medically about any of the two guys,
Yeah.
other than Trey Turner has COVID, and I think Scherzer was having a couple of issues, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Uh, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But you got Danny Duffy. You don't like Danny Duffy? I mean, he hasn't been all that great this year, but
Yeah.
um, and then
Look how excited you
another.
were about Danny Duffy. I was like, okay,
I'm just trying to cheer you up. I cannot believe our pod has started to you not being sold on the moves that you guys made. Um,
but I want it for years to come. I want to be able to buy a Matt Scherzer jersey next year. The number 31 jersey, the Mike Piazza
my
on the
friend,
Mike.
welcome to modern sports. No jersey is safe.
Well, that's why they have the jersey assurance and all these.
Yeah, so I mean, no jersey is safe now.
No, but you think they're gonna print them out? You think they're gonna sell them? Matt Scherzer? I think trade. That's weird. Having two Turners and two Maxes.
uh, Another winner is Tampa Bay Rays. They got better. Uh, it was surprising. I was surprised that they made a move because the Rays are typically sellers, not buyers.
Well,
So
they bought Nelson Cruz a
they
couple
bought
weeks
Nelson
ago.
Cruz. Yeah. I just thought I was surprised because when they traded Adames
Yeah,
to the Braves, I just was like, okay, so this is what they're doing. But no, they're all in. They're all in.
yeah.
So
Watch out, Boston. Here
yeah.
they come.
Another winner is Milwaukee. Shout out to Milwaukee.
St.
So
Louis, baby,
yeah,
with
St. Louis, they got John
John Lester,
Lester.
baby. Woo!
You know,
John Lester. I didn't throw the first. John Lester.
I
Remember?
don't know. I don't know how much you wanna. This isn't John Lester of 2007. This is John Lester 2021.
I think every team made a trade or was involved in any trade. I'm trying to think of a team that wasn't Oakland, Angels, Arizona,
Yeah, Arizona,
Seattle, St.
Baltimore got
Louis,
involved.
Baltimore, yeah,
Yeah, I think
Houston,
I think every team
Tampa Bay, Marlins,
was in there.
the Braves,
Detroit got into the action.
Detroit in the action.
Um,
I always forget about the Detroit Tigers,
and so yeah, so
the red hot Detroit
the
Tigers.
red hot Detroit Tigers. So was this the best trade deadline ever?
I don't think it was. It was one of the great ones. It wasn't the best.
It was a very active one for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of active moves
It
and
was very NBA style trade deadline, which was
yeah.
fun.
Well, the whole thing was it's the whole waiver wire thing. If you don't, if we have a waiver wire, then
Yeah, none of this happens
none
without
of this
that.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was one of the good ones. I think it was one of the good ones.
Yeah.
I think I don't think it was the best, but I think it was one of the good ones. I don't know. I think there's the best is yet to come.
Okay. Put that on a greeting card. Um,
No, it is because baseball's changed. I don't knowing this commissioner,
yeah.
he's gonna love the press that he got throughout this whole week.
Look.
Yeah, right. Isn't that what it's about?
This week was great for baseball.
Yeah, it was.
It was great.
Yeah,
And if you're able to duplicate this every year,
yeah,
I'm all in. I'm
exactly.
all in. Let's do it. I did want to talk about the Wild Wild West. The NOS is wild. It's a three-headed monster. I think it's more, one legit monster, one sleeping monster in the Dodgers, and two medium-sized monsters in the Giants and the Padres.
Two
But
Davids and a Goliath.
no, I wouldn't go that route. It's more like two.
Two Davids and a Goliath.
No, it's like one. What's a big animal? It's like
One orca.
yeah, it's like one big killer whale and two dolphins.
Shout out to my
Yeah,
orcas.
there you go. It's like that. But the West is wild, man. And
It's
I think
crazy.
one of the things that's interesting, one of the things that I like about watching the NL West and obviously being here in the West Coast, it's easier because the games come on at 7 and not at 10, 11 o'clock in like our friends in the East Coast. But they're competitive, and it reminds me a lot of the AL East. No team is afraid of each other.
Mm.
No team is like, oh man, like in the AL East, nobody's like, oh, that's the Yankees, that's the Red Sox. I don't know. It's
Hmm.
like, yeah, we can beat those guys. Those guys are nothing. We
Yeah.
got these guys, and that's how it is in the AL West and so in the NL West. And so I think heading into August, September, that's going to be the
Big test.
the division I look at the most. Obviously, the post is always for me on my Red Sox, but the division outside of my
The East.
division is going to be that one because the Giants, I believe wholeheartedly, and your boy who leads the Giants now, who came from the Dodgers. I believe Chris Bryant was not on their radar until the Dodgers made that move.
Yeah.
The Giants were much like the Red Sox, I think, in their like, you know what, we're succeeding, we're first place. We're just gonna see how far this takes us. We're not gonna do anything crazy. We're not
Yeah.
gonna move anything crazy. If we win the title with this team, you know what, amazing. And it just speaks of organization. And if we get close, guess what? Next year we're gonna build on what we have this year.
Hmm.
And when the Dodgers made that move, I think it switched everything because now the Giants couldn't just say, you know what, I'm gonna take my ball and go home. I think I agree.
Right.
I think this was a whenever you get these big teams involved, it does become like a dick swinging contest. It does
Yeah.
become that.
Yeah.
I remember this with the Red Sox and the Yankees with Mark Teixeira.
Yeah.
Mark Teixeira was this close to signing with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
The Yankees said, "You want how much more? 10 million, 20 million?
Yeah.
Done."
Yeah.
And the Red Sox were like, "No, that's too rich for us." It worked out for us. Thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Man, A
Or
Rod, A Rod, the same thing.
or Jacoby Ellsbury.
Jacoby Ellsbury, the same thing. So I mean, obviously, in these things, sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose. But with with this move, I did feel when I saw the Giants got him, I was like, man, the Dodgers forced them to make that trade, and it's gonna be very interesting, very interesting over there.
It's also gonna be a nice, fun 2 months. It's gonna
Yeah,
be great. It's
yeah.
gonna be very stressful. I don't think I'm gonna have any what do you call it, nails?
You should shave your head now.
Nah,
Just
man.
prepare. Just shave your head now. I'll shave it. I'll go to your house and shave it for you.
Nah, I'm good. I like my head right here. I like my head right here.
So I mean, which leads us to Dodgers report. Um, Obviously, you're not. I think you're full of crap. To be honest with you, I think you're super excited. I'm sure you were like pump fisting and
I'm
throwing
not
a
yet.
cake.
I'm not yet.
Whatever, dude. Where do you? How do you feel about your Dodgers? They had a pretty rough weekend and pretty rough week.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're ending the week with Arizona. You got the Astros coming in for 2 days
Yeah.
this upcoming week. Um,
Wednesday. Ask me next week how I feel, and then I'll feel better about Scherzer after
when does
Wednesday.
Scherzer pitch?
After Wednesday,
He pitches Wednesday.
they plays Wednesday against the Astros.
I was hoping he would pitch Tuesday so I could go.
You can still go Wednesday.
I got church Wednesday. I can't. The silence is loud. Um, so how do you feel about the
I don't know.
Dodgers
I
heading
it's just
into
I don't
this
know what
week?
to tell you.
How do you feel about the Dodgers heading into this week?
Yeah, like you said, rough week, very rough weekend. Uh, it's just injuries. Just injuries are just they just not in sync yet. I don't see it there. There's a lot of like pieces just there that don't even belong. That some of the at bats that people are taking is just
Yeah.
they're not their at bats. There should be Mookie Betts' at bats. It should be Corey Seager's at bats. It was great to see him yesterday, finally back.
Who? Corey Seager?
Corey Seager. Um, then with Trey Turner, we're gonna see some great at bats. So that's it's gonna be. It's looking better, but I don't think it's looking great.
Yeah.
I still believe that they still need some bullpen pieces. I think their bullpen is still overtaxed. I think at this point they're overtaxed. I think they've been used. I think we average what 2 bullpen games a week. Like they're overtaxed. They're tired. You gotta figure it out, starters. You gotta. I think you need to go 6-man rotation, but then again, they don't have anybody ready. They don't have anybody. It's it's gonna be rough, but it'll hopefully pan out at the end. Hopefully it pan out. As like I said, I'm already my mind's already set for that 1 game playoff. Like, I haven't given up yet, but having low expectations is better than having high expectations and then bring it back down. Or I have those low expectations and be like, oh crap, we won a division. Yes, let's do it.
You're you're super annoying
Why?
because this is uh, you're 3 games out of the Giants. You just made 2 splash moves. You're
Dan
getting
Duffy,
healthy.
Danny Duffy.
You're getting
Is that one of
healthy.
the moves?
You're getting healthy. Yeah, that's one of the moves. You're getting healthy.
Mhm. I'm just spoiled. That's all it is. I'm just a spoiled Dodger fan and just used to having all the big
Stop
names.
suppressing it. Stop suppressing it. I
We
want
got
to hear.
all
I want to hear that we're coming for the Giants. We're gonna cut their heads off. Mookie's coming back. Corey Seager's back. Your boy, your boy Bellinger. My guy threw it to like I don't know where he was throwing it. It was my favorite. It was one of my favorite clips of the week. Actually, I was watching the game, and then when he threw the ball to like left field, pretty much.
Do you know why he threw the left
Why?
field?
Why did you do it?
You didn't see? Oh, you said you were watching the
I
game.
saw the game. Well, what do you mean?
So Max Muncy was
Oh
crossing
yeah,
in
yeah,
his
yeah,
view,
yeah,
and then that's when he airmailed. He was going
right,
down, and then he last
yeah.
second just went over over his head. But I think I don't know what to do with that guy anymore. Like I said, I was remember last week I was saying trading for Scherzer. If they got on the phone and said Scherzer for Bellinger, make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel that same way. Like I'm over him already. Like
Really? Okay.
he looks lost. Like
He
he
does.
looks lost.
He does.
He doesn't want to hustle. And there's a couple of plays in San Francisco that I seen. It's like, dude, get to the ball, dude.
Yeah.
The ball was like probably from where you're at to where your TV's at, and you couldn't get to it. And your TV's probably not that far away from where you're at right now.
Right. And you know what's weird about Bellinger is he's super athletic and super talented.
Yeah.
And I think that's the frustrating part about Bellinger because Bellinger has, I don't want to say all the tools, but he has enough of the tools
Yeah.
to be one of the top guys.
Yeah. He
And
just
I think he's just complacent. A lot of it, I think it is he just won the title. He does feel like he accomplished something, so maybe he does need to get kicked in the teeth a little bit more. I don't know, but yeah, watching the Dodgers, I watch the Dodgers a good amount as well, and he is just super frustrating. Obviously, I'm not a Dodger fan, so it doesn't bug me that much, but I can just
you
imagine.
should be a Dodger fan. Why don't you move to Boston? Let me know how it is.
Hey, I look. If they need a church, I'd go over there. Start a
Boston
church
people are
over there.
pricks.
LA people are not that friendly,
You're friendlier than Boston.
are
And so San Francisco.
they? um, Overall, 1 to 10. Let's do some ratings. One to
Go.
five. How do you feel about the Dodgers this week?
Like 5 means good and 1 means
Five,
bad.
like we're great. It's gonna be great.
I'm like at a 2.5.
2.5. Okay, we'll start marking these. So 2.5 out of five. Gotcha.
I think I just have too high expectations for my team, and I think they're not meeting those expectations. I think that's the case, and I'm not one of those casual fans. Oh, they win, they go on a winning streak. No, like they need
You
to go,
know,
they need to go smash some teams. They need to go beat some. They need to go beat that ass.
you know
They need, they need.
what's interesting about you and I. You are very very patient with teams that suck. Twins, Angels. Like you're very slow to cut teams off.
Yeah.
Teams that are very good, you are very quick to bring them down.
Oh yeah, 'cause the
And
expectations are
I
high.
am very quick to cut teams off, very patient with teams that are very good.
Nah, it's the very good. Just it's all in the mental state,
No,
you
but
know.
it's funny because to me, to you, it's like we need to like be better and smash teams. To me, it's like, dude, it's July 31st. They're gonna get there. They're still the best team. They're gonna be fine. Chances are you are gonna probably make the World Series again. You should win it. I don't see anybody. I still don't see anybody in the AL who is capable of competing with the Dodgers if the Dodgers are healthy and clicking. So it's just funny. It's just funny to hear you
It's
talk
the whole
about the
if.
Dodgers like
It's
that.
the whole if. Like if
Yeah, no, for
oh,
sure.
if I was taller, I'd be a basketball player. If I was faster, I'd be a track runner. If I could still run, I'd probably still be playing baseball.
Yeah.
You know, if
Hmm. If you had a
if
better jumper, you could beat me 1-on-1.
nah, I could beat you 1-on-1. I think
Yeah.
don't even bring that up. I think you beat me once in your whole
Oh,
lifetime.
get out of here,
I'll give you
bro.
twice.
What? You're crazy. You're crazy. Moving on to the Red Sox before you start spewing lies.
Is that your whole just one rating? How do you feel about the Dodgers? 2.5.
Well, yeah, I mean, 2.2 out of 5. I think I if I were you, I'd be at a 3.5, just because you got to see how this trade turns out. I
Well, that's
think
what I'm
that
saying. And as of right now, this week, I'm still not like next week it'll be like, oh shit, Scherzer, let's go, baby. Let's get this paper. Let's
I
go,
think that
Trey Turner.
knowing you the way I know you, that's how you are inside. You're
No,
just trying to play this down so that if things don't go well, you're able to be like, "Well, see, I told you, I was never so da 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 da." Come on,
no,
bro.
I like the trade. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I don't hate the trade. I like
Yeah,
it, but just I don't think it's what we needed.
I don't like this like older, mature father Harry who has perspective. Don't like that
Yeah,
guy. I don't like that
you can't bring that other guy back.
guy.
That other guy was. I couldn't even deal with myself back then. You remember that? I was like, I forget who I was talking to someone like I'm like only if you knew me like back in the years.
You
Like
were,
you would hate me so much. I remember how cocky I was, like how
I remember. I remember.
like there was nothing that could phase me or touch me.
You were a Mexican, little Mexican Ice Cube.
Yeah, I was, dude.
But I think the Dodgers are going to be fine. I like where they're at. I think I'm more optimistic than you are. My biggest concern with them is they still believe in Jansen. On one, I see it. I get it from one standpoint that you're gonna have to instill something in that guy. You're gonna have to build his confidence up. He
But
reminds me
how?
like no, but I'm saying because you have no other option.
Yeah, of course.
It
Yeah, but
reminds
how?
me. It
You just
reminds
take
me
the
a lot.
loss.
It reminds me a lot of what the Red Sox did with David Price in 2018. David Price had never won a playoff game up until 2018
Yeah.
or a row. Yeah, he had never won a playoff game, which was crazy. But it was one of those things the Red Sox had to stick by him because there was
Yeah.
nobody else.
Nobody else.
It was he was gonna have to be the guy. So you had to figure it out, and I think that's where the Dodgers are at. And so as much as I get it, like I see on Twitter, um, Dodger fans are like, "Oh, we can't have this guy." And so, okay, who? Give me a name. It's the same
Blake
thing.
Triton.
It's the same thing why I kept sticking up for Don Mattingly all those years. When they
Blake
want to
Triton, baby.
crush Don Mattingly, it's okay. Well, give me a name. Give me a guy that Don Mattingly could have used. Give me a guy. You have no guys. And obviously, the Dodger roster at that time was a lot thinner than it is now.
Oh yeah.
I just think Kenley Jansen, for better or worse,
Just to go away.
is gonna have to. It's gonna be in these pants at least for this season. Going
Needs to
next
get
year,
hurt.
you can't. going into
Somebody
next
jump on
year,
the field and beat up his arm
going
and
into
hit him with
next
a bat.
year, going into next year, it should be different. Maybe
Line drive to the right arm. Boom, out for the season.
hey, I mean, just full disclosure, that is Harry who's saying that, not me.
I'm just kidding. I'll
Yeah.
never wish anything on that.
So that's where I'm at with the Dodgers. But yeah, I think your analysis is right on point in terms of this week. This week was pretty rough, and
Yeah, it's-
your Bellinger stuff it's really hard to argue against it. It's really hard
there's
because
no.
you're watching it on the field and you're just if you're not watching it, then it's different. You're just
Yeah,
caught on the name and you just bought his shirt jersey and you're like, oh no, but Bellinger's super good. He won the MVP a few years ago. And even that one, remember I was that one. I kept telling people, I'm like, he sucked ever since May.
yeah,
His numbers have plummeted every single month since May.
yeah.
He's gonna win the MVP because his 2 months he had 2 great months and he's gonna win the MVP. My guy has sucked for the last 3 months, but obviously nobody wanted to listen.
You know what's sad about it too is like when they replay and the ball is just like going under his bat. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
he can't hit the ball up the middle, like the ball down the middle. He can't even hit it because he's trying to get under the ball and put it in the air. He's
that
one of
is
those. He's one of those.
very Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck is the same way. The same way.
Who's teaching this? Can I just kick whoever's teaching this in the freaking head and just like it's ridiculous. It's not baseball.
No,
Home runs is not all part of baseball.
no.
Like like whoever's teaching it can just go away from the game and never ever come back.
Yeah,
Even in the youth sports, whoever's teaching this, you guys are ruining the sport. You guys are ruining the kids' swing. It's
it's
like
just it's terrible because
it's a hit or miss.
you get all these. Baseball used to be about passing the baton,
Yeah.
and you would pass the
No,
baton, you would pass the baton until you got to the guy or the guys that had the pop to hit
put it
home runs.
over
But
or bring him in.
that is gone. It is gone now because and it's terrible. I hate it. I hate it too. But that's the world we live in now. We live in Pete Alonso's world, and we're just here. We're just stuck in Pete Alonso's
Tatis.
world.
Oh my
Tatis as
god.
well. Your
He
guy.
has the ugliest swing in the whole. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating too.
And we just
It's
got to a portion of the podcast where Harry is
it's
frustrated.
frustrated. I'm frustrated already. Like, the game is. I don't know. Just We'll see next week. We'll see. We'll see how I feel next week.
You're gonna be a lot
Yeah.
happier next week.
I don't know. Maybe
I
Wednesday.
might have to. I might have to cancel on you next week. You're gonna be that annoying.
Nah, I don't know, dude. All right, let's get to Boston.
Let's go to the Red Sox.
Let's go to the Red Sox.
Look, it's been a up and down week. The Blue Jays took we split with the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays just have a lot of hitting, low key,
They had it.
and the Red Sox. I'm very confident. I love this team, and I've said this over and over again in this pod. I love this season's team. It's just this team is it becomes very difficult to continue to get out of these to make comeback after comeback. We've had 33 comebacks, and so obviously this team can do it. It's just one of those teams that is very old school because they do a lot of passing the baton.
Yeah,
And it's one of those teams that when guys aren't getting on base, you almost see it. Like
there's nothing happening.
we got killed. What was it? Thursday, 13-1.
Yeah,
And it was one of those games
the
that
best day of my life.
it was one of those games that nobody could get on base. And at the end, a few guys got on. Bobby Dahlback drove the guy in, and it was the same thing yesterday versus the Rays. It's just a team that needs to get on base, and when guys don't get on base, it's just nothing happens.
Sherman, you know what that's called?
What?
That's called baseball.
Yeah, no. But you get these no, but like for example, the Blue Jays,
That's how people win games, and that's
the
how people lose
Yankees now.
games.
No. But there's a difference because the Yankees, the Blue Jays are able to are these teams that are just hitting home runs and they're getting into these games home
But that's
run.
not baseball.
No. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I think the Red Sox are more old school in that fashion.
Yeah.
So this week has just been a week where they haven't passed the baton a lot, so they haven't got on base.
So
So
what do you think? Would
overall, I
you
feel great.
so would you rather have a home run hitting team or a team
No,
that?
no, 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 no. I love.
So what's
I love
easier?
this. I love this.
Why? It's just with
Well, because
in
this is
my
harder to
eyes.
beat. This is harder to beat consistently. Home run hitting is fun, and home run hitting is good for momentum switch for momentum, and it's good to rattle pitchers. All of that. I prefer passing the baton and getting on base, the whole thing, because it's more taxing on the other side.
Yeah.
So I prefer this over the home run hitting 100 times out of 100. I prefer rooting for this type of team. But the problem with rooting for this type of team is that
Yeah.
if there nobody's getting on base, there isn't going to be that guy who's going to come up and get you back into it. It's just not going to happen. It is what it is. It's just the way it goes.
I would take the same thing. I think home run. I think the home run is harder to do. Like the hitting streaks,
Yeah.
the home run streaks. I think it's harder to be on a home run hitting streak
Hmm.
than a hitting streak. You get a single here, get a double here,
Yeah.
a sack fly here,
Right.
and that'll win you games.
Yeah.
If you go dry on home runs, reminds me of what's that team that just the Yankees. The Yankees a few years back when they had all these bombers and they would just go dry. Like there was like they would go away for a while and
The
then
Yankees this year.
well not as but it was this is when they were like this is when they had like a bunch of left-handed hitters.
No.
When
Yeah, but
Chishero was there and
even the Yankees this year, that's what's the problem. So even the two moves that they made, you're just like, okay, you're gonna. So what
Rizzo and
happens when Joey Gallo goes on his little on his little cold streak that he goes? Rizzo, he's good. He hasn't been that great this year.
yeah.
So
I think you'll get more out of Rizzo than
I agree,
than
100%,
Gallo.
100%.
I think Rizzo's a lot better of a baseball
Yeah, his
player.
his upside is a lot
Yeah.
higher. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's been that type of week with the Red Sox. I hope we're able to turn it around today and tomorrow. We're only half game up on the Rays.
Yeah, they're
I've
coming
told
for you. They're
I've
coming.
told you, like I've told you on this pod. I've said it for years. I used to tell you this when we used to play basketball in Cudahy, and they were still the Devil Rays. And I used to tell you, I'm not afraid of the Yankees. I'm not afraid of the Blue Jays. The Orioles.
The Blue Jays were terrible back then.
No, no, no. But even then, like obviously the inter,
Yeah,
league thing, interdivisional stuff.
yeah.
But to this day, I'm not afraid of any of those teams. The Rays have always scared me.
Oh yeah.
And I said it when they used to suck and they used to just beat us. I used to hit. The Rays have always scared me.
Well, I said that last year in the World Series. Like when I was talking to a lot of my friends, like,
Yeah,
"Oh, we're gonna sweep them." I'm like, "Nah, bro. Like, they're here for a reason. Number one,
yeah,
and if they get on one of those streaks, it's like you're not gonna beat them. And if
yeah.
they're little, and if they're little strict, their tactical little thing that they do is like their strategy that they always have. They always have different scouting reports of the strategies that they want to do. They put a first baseman as a pitcher, or a pitcher as a first baseman, a pitcher in the right field. It's like, and then they bring him in. It's like that's some crazy stuff. I like that. That's my type of thing.
Yeah,
That's smart. That's why I don't. I feel that why don't a lot of other teams do that? Like bringing the pitch since they have to face three batters.
mhm.
Why don't you bring a guy that can play the field, put him in the field, have him pitch to one batter, and then the next pitcher can whether you bring in. You're not technically bringing anybody else in.
Yeah,
You're just facing that one batter and then going away. It might be wrong. It might be sliding the rule a little bit, but who
yeah,
knows? But that's what I like about the Rays, and that's why I thought they were dangerous last year in the World Series. Uh, I thought they were gonna come out a little bit stronger in the World Series, but I think the Dodgers was just a lot better. Like
yeah. Dodgers
you
had
can
a good
tell
run. Had
it
a
was
good run.
everybody was hot and just yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you feel from a scale of 1 to 5 of the
I'm a
Red
three.
Sox?
I'm a three.
That we're both like in
Yeah, I'm a three. I just
we're both watching each other off the ledger.
yeah, I'm a three. Wait and see.
I'll watch you and you watch me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a three. I might be a 2.5,
I
two.
I, I think I'm tipping a
If
little
we
bit
don't
more than
win
you
the
are.
if we don't win this series, if the Rays if the Rays win today, I'm gonna be a two. So
I'm just gonna text you 2.
so we'll see. We'll see where we end up.
I think we're both off the ledger, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're both looking down. We're both looking down. Hopefully we're able to stay. We're able
Yeah.
to stay on top. We wanted to do a different this week in baseball. We want to do a trade deadline edition where we name our best trade deadline moves, examples. What were yours? What is your favorite trade deadline moment?
I think I was more excited about the Manny Ramirez coming out of LA in Scherzer.
Okay.
That was we were having just such a we were almost there. We were like in the brink of just getting to the next level to the playoffs. We were playing good baseball, and they make that move. It's like, and I was like, oh my god, we just got one of the greatest hitters in baseball history,
Yeah.
and they just changed. We didn't give up anything for him, so we're like, oh. And then it became Manny Wood, and then he got his own section, and then, dude, it was. I think it was some exciting times that it was one of the most exciting times that I had as a fan at a game.
Yeah.
I would purposely buy left field pavilion seats just to sit right behind Manny Ramirez and see all the antics. He would do the funniest things in the outfield that they weren't showing on TV. Then he'll turn back, wave at you, and he'll laugh at your jokes. And it was a good guy. He was a good as much of negative things a lot of people had to say about him. I think he was one of the greats. I think I enjoyed him having him as a Dodger, and I think when that trade happened, I just blew my mind. It just blew my mind. I was like, bro, we just did that. Did we just pull off? Because we just remember during that time we were still. I think we had just gotten sold, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Uh, my dates maybe a little off. Fatherhood has me all over the place. But we had just gotten through the whole sale of the Dodgers to Frank McCourt. I think it was either he got sold to Frank McCourt or vice versa, or something was going on with Fox. Like we were going through the Fox after the Fox years, and it's
Hmm.
like, oh my god. And then this comes up, and this is just a new light. It was one of the new lights in the last decade that we have seen with the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I think the second light was when they got sold to the Magic Johnson group. I
yeah,
think that's when we kind of got over the hump, and because we were winning with Frank McCourt, and I don't know how that guy didn't make more money. I don't know how that guy got broke, but you know that was one of my favorites. So Manny Ramirez to the Dodgers for peanuts.
yeah. Manny Ramirez. He's my second favorite baseball player of all time. First being Pedro, of course. I loved Manny when he was with the Red Sox, and I remember he hurt my feelings. I went to a Dodger game, one of the first few games he had after he had been traded. And I went
Yeah,
to a game. It was a Saturday night. He had his first home run as a Dodger.
yeah.
I remember watching him that season with the Red Sox, and he had pretty much, quit on the team. He wouldn't. He would
Oh
make
yeah,
up.
yeah,
He would make up injuries when he didn't have any injuries because he didn't want to like play, and he didn't want to go up against like certain pitchers. He he would hit it, and if he knew he was not gonna make, if he knew it was he was gonna be out at first, he just would not even run.
oh
There
yeah.
was a few times where like the ball would get away and he still was out because he didn't hustle.
Yeah, he didn't get out of the box. He would get out of the box.
Yeah, and you're just like, I guess he's hurt, because he loved Manny. You want to
Yeah.
believe. And I remember going to that Dodger game, and he hit an infield. He hit it to the infielder, shortstop, third base. I don't remember. And he like ran. He sprinted, and I just was like, for that moment, I was like, you know what? Screw you, Manny Ramirez. How dare you? Like, how dare you? And I remember just, and obviously once after a while, it was still
Yeah.
petty. But I for that his time in with the Dodgers,
Dodge.
I just was like, forget this dude, man. This dude quit on us, man.
That's how I feel about Manny Machado right now.
And so, Matthew Machado, you had him for a month. Relax. And
Nobody.
my favorite trade, the most memorable one was Nomar Garcia Parra getting traded in 2004. And I remember being upset because it's Nomar. You're trying to win the title. And I remember I was watching, I think the Red Sox were playing the Rays, I think. And
Hmm.
I was watching the game, and it was just like, oh, he got traded. And you're just like, he got, Nomar Garcia Parra got traded? He's like, oh, he got traded for Orlando Cabrera and Doug Mankiewicz. And I was just like, Doug, I can't even say the guy's name. And Orlando Cabrera. And obviously at that time, I'm 13 years old, so I know about the Expos, but the internet isn't the way it's isn't what it is now. I didn't have MLB TV, so it's not like I was watching all these like Expo games.
Yeah.
Um, it was one of those like, what the like? What do you mean? From the Expos, Orlando Cabrera, and then you do some digging, and it's like, okay, he's super good defensively,
Yeah.
but you're just like, it's Nomar Garcia Parra. The dude's like a legend. Or I remember as a Red Sox fan, you kind of were forced to argue Nomar over Derek Jeter, and so, but it was the best trade ever. Orlando came in. He in one of his first games, he hit a walk-off home run versus the Orioles over the Green Monster.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, you know what? I like this guy. I can get used to this guy. Doug Mankiewicz became the dude that caught the last out from
Yeah.
Smoke in against Cardinals. So that was one of my favorite, most memorable trades that happened.
And it was like a 14 trade. No, it was like a 3
That was a
14.
14 trade. The Nomar went to the Cubs, and yeah, the Expos were involved, and it was a
And the
whole thing.
Twins.
And the Twins, yeah. So
My
that's where the Expos got Minkiewicz from, and it worked out. It worked out. Everybody wanted Theo out because you traded Nomar Garcia Parra, but then you win the title, so all is forgiven.
Mr. Whittier.
Yeah,
Mr. Whittier, California. No
his
more.
name is his dad's name is Ramon, so Nomar backwards is Ramon backwards is Nomar, and
Yeah.
that's how he got his name.
Yep.
Fun fact about Nomar Garcia Parra.
And Garcia Parra is not one last name, is two.
Yeah,
It's Garcia Parra.
yeah. So
I know my facts.
fun facts.
My
Let's
my my brother-in-law grew up with him. Oh,
Oh,
grew
did
up
he?
with, yeah, he grew up with that group of people.
Yeah,
But he went this way and he went that
right.
way. He went that way.
Let's do um, your favorite Sunday game. Obviously, we're recording this on this is before the any game takes place on Saturday. So by the time you hear this, you might
This Sunday.
yeah, it might be Sunday, it might be Monday. So just keep that in mind. As of now, the only team playing is the teams playing Blue Jays Royals. Blue Jays up 1-0 in the top of the second right now. Um, so what games from today and tomorrow are you the most excited?
Astros, Giants.
Okay.
The F you both.
As a Dodger
Go
fan,
Astros, baby. Go Astros, baby.
oh,
Let's
okay,
go, baby.
that makes sense. I like that because that's logical. That's logical. I get.
I told you I'm a
I
different
like that.
person. I'm a different guy now, dude.
I
Like,
like that because some teams would be like, "No, I want the Astros to lose." You're like, "But the Giants are in your division. That doesn't make any sense."
I'm
Obviously,
not a casual.
for me, Red Sox Rays, big series, um, big measuring stick. That's what I'll be
Let's
watching.
go, Rays. Let's go,
Yes,
baby.
you just like to torment me, so obviously you're going
Two.
for the Rays.
Two.
Um, so that's where we're at.
Remember I sent you that video? What was it? I think when the Dodgers blew up and that kid drinking the Clorox.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Okay. We'll see. We'll see how that turns out.
sweet, baby. Bring out the brooms. Bring out them brooms. Let's go, Rays.
That would be awful. That would be terrible. Anything else? What else you got for us to close the pod?
I was trying to think of any other stories that happened, but there was nothing PG that I can
Did
talk
you see?
about.
Actually, I have one. Did you see the clip of LaRussa running yesterday?
Yeah, he looked like me. He looked like me when he saw the taco truck pulling up.
Dude, Tony LaRussa's super old. So obviously he ran like an old guy. But it was just hilarious. It was just one of those like, wow. Tony
That guy needs to go. He needs to go.
Yeah, just go retire somewhere. Just enjoy life, Tony.
Bring back what's that manager they had?
You're a legend.
Ozzie Guillen. Bring back Ozzie Guillen.
Ozzie Guillen. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for the pod.
Did you watch the NBA draft?
I did. Yeah.
How did you feel?
It was good. It was fun.
It was like, yeah, right. It wasn't like
it's tough because it's hard to watch the telecast now because all the drafts are all the moves are already
pre-done,
yeah. So you find out on
predetermined.
Twitter. So ESPN's telecast is like 4 minutes behind. By the time the commissioner gets up there and says,
They already know.
names a pick, I already know. I'm already looking for the next team. So it's broken.
That's the NBA. The NBA has a lot of like national
Yeah,
beat writers. They have a lot of like people that
they need to like make it. They need to modernize the way that is televised because it's you don't need to watch the NBA draft on ESPN to. You could just follow it on Twitter. It's more fun on Twitter.
So, it's like the MLB draft. The MLB draft, nobody cares for it.
Yeah.
Unless you're being drafted, you care for it. But or if you have somebody involved in the whole Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the drafts, and if not even NFL, because I think the first maybe 20 or the first 30 picks should be broadcasted. After that, it's like a
Yeah, just
for
take it.
NFL. I'm saying for NFL. I'm not saying
Oh, for
for
NFL.
I'm not saying for any other. Like MLB, it's fine like it is. Like maybe the first three picks and half of the people don't even like I said, unless you have somebody involved in the draft,
Yeah.
you can care less of who.
Well,
Because you're not even gonna find out who they are, where they
and
are.
it's a personal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. So we'll see.
You say.
We'll see how it all plays out.
Did you wake up at 4:30 in the morning today?
I did. Mexico
So
6-3. Let's go.
think they're gonna be Brazil?
I hope so.
What about Mexico, USA? Who do you got?
Mexico.
How much?
Mexico forever.
1-0.
Mexico 2-0.
I say 1-0.
I think Mexico 2-0. I think that
You,
means more to Mexico than
I have like a feeling that's gonna go to penalties.
I
Like
hope.
my gut feeling right now is just like has it 0-0 going to penalties or 1-1 going into penalties.
Just stop talking. I hope that's not true.
No, I want it to be Mexico winning, obviously. Um, but I wanted to in regular. But
I
knowing
love
knowing how
penalties.
Concacaf is,
I love
Concac,
I love penalties. I just don't like penalties when it's my team
yeah. Well,
involved.
uh, the whole thing, everybody knew it was going to be Mexico USA in the
Well, I
finals.
mean that like look, I did a pod a few weeks ago, 2 days, no, a few weeks ago, on the Gold Cup. If you have a problem with this, look, blame God. God is the one who put the nations together, man. So,
No, I don't.
but I get what you're saying.
I think I don't know. There has to be a better way to put it together. You the best thing I love is that they invite other nations from other. Well, they invited only one nation this time, but that they invite a nation from other.
Yeah,
That's what Mexico used to be when they were here, going out of the Comebol or to the Copa America.
yeah,
Which I hate that right now that they don't invite anybody. That they just
yeah.
want to keep it within each other. Look at me knowing about soccer or thinking I know about soccer.
I love it.
But I got Mexico 1-0. Get that W.
Yeah.
USA. I think if Mexico loses, Tata's out.
Wow, you're really
Yeah.
on Tata, huh? Okay.
No. I'm just saying if he loses, knowing how the
It's hard.
federation works.
Yeah, I can see that. It's hard to argue that he should keep his job if he doesn't win this, especially with the U.S. not taking their top squad.
Oh yeah, because they lost the CONCACAF, the other
The
one. What's the other
Nations
cup?
Cup.
The Nations Cup.
Yeah.
And then now they're gonna lose this.
Yeah, no. Mexico. This game means more to Mexico than it does to the U.S. That's
Bring
why I
back
think.
Piojo, baby.
That's why. No, come on. That's why I think Mexico is
You like
Mexico.
Piojo?
No, Mexico
Why?
2-1. Piojo is he's like your uncle who gets you hyped, but he's
That's what the coach does. Is a hype master,
no,
man.
but his tactics he had no tactics,
Nah.
and at this level you need tactics. So we'll see.
That's
We'll see.
Mexico plays Monday,
Mexico plays the third, so yeah, no Tuesday,
Tuesday,
right?
Tuesday.
Yeah,
They play Brazil on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
tomorrow's the yeah Tuesday, Tuesday Mexico. Hopefully we go to the final. We beat Brazil again.
Who else is left? The other side.
Spain.
I thought Spain was out. No,
Really?
Argentina's out. Argentina's out.
Spain and Japan.
Ooh,
Yeah, so that one should be fun because
that's crazy how Japan is making that run. The Japanese has the Japanese have a good squad, dude. They
Yeah,
have
they do.
a really good young squad.
They're legit. So
I told you I follow soccer. I just don't.
told you
I'm not a. I'm not what do you call it like knowing all the stats and all like.
Yeah.
But I watch it.
Okay.
What else is on TV? I think that's it, right? There's nothing else. Nothing else to watch on TV.
Yeah, I think that's it. Olympics.
We know what you're doing
Olympics.
tomorrow. We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
We know what I'm doing. I
That's
guess. I guess this is it.
So
Go Mexico.
go
Go
Mexico.
go
Go Red
Dodgers.
Sox. Drink
I'm.
your coffee.
If anybody knows where to find a black Mexico jersey of 2019, extra large, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit up German. I'm looking for one.
At Germ4, what's your handle? The
I,
franchise?
I have no idea. Something.
Okay. Well, how are they gonna hit you up on Twitter?
Well, that's why I say hit up German. Hit up German, then German to hit me.
Germ4, hit
Because
me up.
my white one gets all the white one gets all dirty and like
Yeah.
black is like, you know,
Hit,
it makes
hit
me look
me up.
skinnier too.
Hit me up. Give me your price, and then I'll tack on $50 so that I can make some money off
I'll
of
spend
it.
like $150.
There you go. So
But it make sure it's authentic and real.
price it at 100, and then I'll charge Harry the 50, and you keep 100. I keep 50.
And I'm not gonna buy it from China. I'm not gonna pay $50 for China, and then it missing like it's a mech eco. No X
Oh,
on
the
there.
flag is upside down.
Yeah, the flag's upside down. Yeah,
So
legit.
okay, we'll see. So if you have one, you want to get rid of it, you know somebody who has it, or sells it, let us know. So this has been German for the Brewed Thoughts podcast. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Obviously, if you're on YouTube and you got our notifications, you're gonna watch this first. It's gonna be up audio form, Spotify, everywhere you get your pods soon after. But subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's on the bottom. Subscribe, get your notifications, comment, like.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your
Yeah, tell
neighbors'
everybody.
neighbors, tell your tias, your uncles. You could translate in Spanish.
Yeah,
Yo speak el español poquito.
yeah. Y yo hablo mucho español. So
Yeah.
let us know if there's a topic you want us to hit. There's something you want us to talk about, a player you want us to talk about. Let us know in the bottom.
If you want me to go away, let us know. Let us know. If you want German to be co-host or have a co-host, or if you want us to have a different person, let us know. Let us know. If German's too boring, let me know.
We'll trade Harry for some prospects.
For some peanuts.
So for a bag of coffee, I'll trade you for a bag of coffee.
That's how I'm worth to you. All right. Next time. Oh, hey, be on time, bro. Be on time. Be on time, bro. Be on time.
You opened it. So
why don't you get a bag of coffee? Why don't you go get a bag of coffee?
So that's where we're at. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, drink better coffee.
Go Dodgers. I got you.